Welcome back everyone to episode 5 of the 4X Alchemist full game commentary. I am David and I'm playing the Cravers. We're on turn 51, starting our incursion into the enemy Cravers main area. We are having a pretty fierce battle over Gonos. We just lost a couple ships but took out some of theirs, and it's going to be pretty hard. It's going to be a pretty hard fight. We are also dealing with their small incursions into our territory over here, but we're handling them pretty well. Okay, so they are specialized in the short-range, super powerful lasers, but I countered with long-range missile deployments, so I want to keep my distance from them and do damage to them as they try and close distance onto me. Okay, so I think I ended the last episode right at the end of this turn 51, so I can just end the turn. Alright, the other kind of entertaining thing that we have going on in this fleet, whew, that is a lot of dudes. The entertaining thing that we have going on here is that this general provides 4 probe slots for all of my exploration ships, which are all of these locusts. And so I'm getting a whole bunch of probes every turn. It's kind of goofy. Alright, so they are 174 compared to my 400. Yeah, so I'm significantly stronger than they are at the moment. So let's dance. They're doing all projectile damage. I am stronger at long range. Since I'm doing this kind of standoffish type fighting, this getting lucky is not really going to be that good. I'm going to switch it out with barrage fire to give us the option of, if they're using mostly projectile damage, this will allow us to do extra damage in the first phase. So, and that's what I'm going to use here when I attack these guys. I'm going to switch over to barrage fire, so we get extra damage at the first phase, which is where we are optimal, and then they'll have to close into us. And hopefully we'll kill them, or at least kill most of them, before they do so. Yep, so again, I've been pulling up these advanced histories often, so yeah. So we were able to do a whole bunch of damage at long range, and then follow that up after we killed most of them, I suspect, by cleaning up the remainders at medium range. Okay, so we'll keep them there. We saw a whole bunch of ships slip past us, so I'm kind of concerned. I want to get more ships in that place, but I am a bit strapped on cash at the moment. So I want to build another Mantis, but it costs 6k. So we need to pull 900 dust from something. And we're going to do that by, let's see, so 900. How much do these sell for? 50 each. That's pretty good. If I sold all of these, I would get my 900 pretty easily, and I don't think I need them for anything. So I'm just going to sell them. Grab that money, get my Mantis, and be ready to kind of absorb the attack that's coming my way, and I know it's coming my way. Alright, so, yep, you saw them right there. Okay, so we got these guys, and I'm tempted to initiate another fight against these guys before they heal too much, but I'm actually healing faster than they are. We'll see. I keep sending out probes every turn, obviously, just to keep my vision up on their star lanes. I think let's see, so their fleet is 300 power strong, my fleet is 1200. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to attack here. Take my advantages as they come. sit back as much as I can and do my power to... do I want to do power to shields? No, I think I'm going to do barrage fire. As usual, go to the advanced settings, see how they're distributing. They're going both 1 and 2. So we're going to take a couple of our guys and bring them up into 1 as well, which is also staying at medium range where we are most effective. And yeah, I think that should be optimal. Well, these guys are at long range now, so let's distribute. So because these guys are least effective at long range. So let's put these guys into, yeah, so I'm going to mess around with this just a little bit because I want to lose the minimum number of ships, obviously, that I can. Oh, that's right, you always need to have at least 1 CP worth of ships in Flotilla 2. So we'll just put our locusts over here. Yep, so our 4 locusts over there, and our 3 wasps over here. Okay, so let's see how this works. I might take more damage than I want. I wanted to. Ooh, I think he just ran away. Yeah, I think he just ran away. Cool. Well, that gives us some free damage on him. All the while, our termites are picking away at his defenses here. So we'll be ready for the invasion as soon as possible. Okay, more ruins. Awesome. Some XP. So what the XP on ships are, it's not 100% well explained. But if we look at, say, our intruder, it's a rookie 3 and it has experience 54 out of 60. So every rank, or basically every level that your ships gain, they get bonus damage and health. So you can see his maximum health is up all the way up to 9,835, where I think it started somewhere around 6,000. So it goes up pretty significantly. So having really good veteran ships and getting those bonus ship XP is actually pretty strong. Definitely nothing to be upset about by any means. Okay, so we want this guy to come immediately over here, or actually we'll just take these guys over here. Yeah, because they're going over this way too. Because we want to protect this Horatio ship, because we got to get him over here to complete our mission and get our free population. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for this turn, except for giving our places a little bit more guidance. Let's grab these couple of housekeeping things. Actually, I think this is going to be just strictly better. Yeah, almost certainly. Okay, and then I think that's going to be fine. Maybe we can start this terraforming some of these planets. Okay, who else needed advice? Ita needed advice. Alright, so this is colonizable now. Fantastic, so let's jump on over there as soon as we can. Get some more food and some more of that. Actually, we don't want that there. We want that over here. So let's get the mantis and then this. So we got -8 or -5. Yeah, unfortunately, this is really my only good food generator. I mean, I guess if we went all the way over there, we'd be... Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to do that just so I stop losing population. I think that's the correct choice. And then, oh, I never... That's stupid. That's why our stuff is shrinking, because I never bothered to actually build my food resources here. Totally forgot about that. Kind of a bonehead move. But that's okay. We lost a couple population. It's going to slow us down a little bit, but nothing too disastrous. Alright, we're going to be spam clicking. I know you guys can't see it, but spam clicking our move so that our ships get there in time so we can join up, merge our two fleets. Alright, so we have 6 really powerful CP here. So I'm going to pull out my weakest locus. So let's see, we need to pull out. And then 1, so we need 6, and we have 2. So I'm actually going to do, let's see, so it's, yeah, I'm just going to grab all of my locusts and pull them out. First I'm going to send another scout down before I lose my locusts, and then if I go chunk, and then grab these guys and merge them here. Now this is a really, really powerful fleet. Yeah, good old 2000. Alright, keep killing whatever he's trying to send through me over there. We are here, so let's mop up this last scavenger that he sent into my areas, and then we can start moving these guys forward. Okay, I won the 10 battles first. Yay me. Okay, so we're just still moving everything forward, moving everything to the front. Eventually we're going to need 2 strong fleets, one to hold Gonos, since it's kind of flanked by his 2 places, and one to initiate our attack. So we're probably going to go for his capital next, and then once we have a blockade over his capital, this fleet will then go to Iyaz, and we'll kind of do a pincer maneuver, swinging around like that. But we need 2 functional fleets in order to do that. If I had 2 military generals, I would be using them both, but since I only have 1, it's not the end of the world. Just my kind of support fleet is not going to have, oh, we gotta get these guys in. Objective achieved. Alright. Alright, get these guys in their respective zones. Get this mantis up and running. Alright, so we got this guy. These guys are powerful. We're going to do more barrage fire. Keep them at a distance as much as we can, and take them out. But yeah, they're probably just going to retreat. Okay. So, he's got a whole bunch of new ships here. Mostly scavengers. Ooh, got some butchers. That's kind of scary. So, what's his fleet look like? Power 750 to our 2500. Okay, so we're still pretty significantly more powerful than he is. Let's keep getting these probes down. Yeah, we can see that he just has ships freaking everywhere, and he's so close-knit that they can come back so quickly. Okay, but this is going to be a little bit more intense of a battle, so let's go into the advanced details and make sure that we have correct distribution. So he's focusing 100% on Flotilla 2. He's just probably going to be bum rushing straight at me. So we're going to move our big ships into Flotilla 2 that can soak up a whole lot of pain. You can see they have like 8,000 health-ish. Oh yeah, so since we looked at my intruder last round, or last turn, and it was a rookie 3, and it had about 9,000 health, we see that it leveled up to veteran, and it's all the way up at 11,000. So these ship levels are actually really, really significant, and can provide a whole bunch of utility for both you and your ships. And you should really value getting veteran ships. Okay, so, but the problem is, these guys are not very good at short range. Actually, I'm going to take barrage fire and make him come to me, even though I'm going to be taking a little bit more damage. I think having the range advantage is going to be more valuable. So let's see, do I have any hornets? No, I have all wasps. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to send him over here with a, and then have a main contingent over there. And then, yeah, I think that's going to be correct. Yep, keep him at medium range. These guys at, well, actually, he's optimal. I'll send him over here. Okay, so and the reason we're distributing it like this is because all of their fire is going to be focused on Flotilla 2, so we want to distribute that to as many fleets as possible, but we also want to get the morale bonus of having all of these three flotillas. Okay, so let's do the fight. Hopefully we won't take too much damage. Oh, he just ran away. Convenient. Alright, but he left one of his ships behind. Fortunately, we have another fleet here ready and waiting. So we'll just get in nice and close with my locust swarm. And he's probably going to retreat. Yeah. Probably a smart move. We have brought Gonos down to 0 health, so we're going to do our invasion. Start with our preemptive bombing as always. He should just give up. Yeah. He didn't even do a conscription, so we just took it. So Gonos is now ours. Alright, what I think that means we can do is take this kind of tertiary fleet, or secondary fleet, and start moving it forward. And have these guys clean up whatever's left. So these guys are going to stick here for a second, heal up a little bit. How is this place? Snow, Arctic lava, strong magnetic field. Ugh. 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 Not excited about that at all. I am going to grab a feeding pitch. These are going to give us plus to happiness and plus to food at the cost of 1 slave race. So that's no big deal. And on top of that, let's get some more science out of them, and maybe they have pretty good production. So let's get some more wasps as well. Okay. So now we need a new research. We have our terraforming. We have really everything that we need from this this side of the tree for now, at least. Oh, I forgot to look into these guys a little bit. We also are getting significant, still not that much. I don't want to waste my titanium too much. Let's get these trade fleets, trade companies, and Astro Finance to get a little bit more dust production going on. And then we're going to want to get maybe even rush these gas giants colonization to get those gigalattices, because gigalattices are quite strong as a modernization tech, and there's really not that much that we need right now. I'm gonna get these to get that little extra armor, but we might mix that around a little bit later. Okay, so we got our locusts. We have this scavenger who's doing a nice job exploring the universe. And we got our termites. Alright, so any colonies need assistance. These guys, what can I do with you? So we got almost depleted. Let's do this. Let's get a miners. Do I want a miners union? Let's get some patriot pills so we can start fixing our dedicating a little bit more of our food towards manpower production, since they're pretty much full as is. Population lost in Lisul. But why? But why? I do not know. Interesting. Oh, and then let's get some of these things going on. I forgot. I have forgotten to do those throughout the game. I don't think I've built any. Yeah, I haven't built any, which is pretty dumb since they're so... I built one there, but they're really strong, and I should have been building them throughout the game. But I didn't, because I'm dumb. So let's get these working. Alright, Zubin, you need some food. So you need food and science, and get rid of that. Because fortunately they're content now. And then we'll give him... Yeah, we'll just leave that for now. Okay, so... Yeah, we can't move immediately on to the next battle because we're waiting for our second fleet to come hold this position as we go take our main fleet down to siege the capital. And he's just going to be pouring ships into here, into Gonos, until I'm able to do that. So fortunately, these guys will be arriving next turn. They'll pair up with our lotuses. Yep. Fortunately, he keeps sending ships into this for no reason, so I'm actually making a fairly good income just killing his resources. All right. Fairly simple turn. Yeah. So he snuck 2 guys past me. 2 scavengers, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I don't want that. I won't let that fly, so I'm just going to have this guy go there and hopefully be able to set up a blockade. But yeah, real easy turn that time, not too much to do. We're at turn 55, and we haven't gotten the snowball lead that I would really like. I mean, we're in first place, but it's really been difficult fighting these Cravers. You know, they are being pretty stubborn and not going down easy. Hello. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, they're not going down easy. Not in the slightest. Okay, so we pretty much cleared out this route, so it's pretty safe to bring these guys up. We have another mantis, so we're going to have these guys join these guys to make a second fleet. But we're definitely going to prioritize using my general, obviously, not only for the experience, but also because he gives just so many bonuses. Okay, so once again, they are focusing standard kinetics, so we are going to do some barrage fire, make them come to us, and since we have so many missiles, and we have decisive victory, took very little damage. Alright, and also now that we have our secondary fleet mostly here, let's head down to the capital, Procyon. Kind of scary. Really scary, but that's okay. I wonder if most of those fleets are coming from here, because this is just, you know, tons of people. I don't know. We'll see. These guys should be able to hold their own for most of, hold their own against pretty much anything that you can muster at this point. I've killed most of his standing navy, so now it's really just whatever was left. So whatever he can produce each turn, basically. And I think I'm just stronger than he is on a turn-by-turn basis. Yeah, so see, he can muster, you know, a couple ships, 3 ships, not bad, but he can't really contest with my full fleet here. Yep, earning a little bit more dust. And yep, so he has 2 damaged slicers, so same strategy as always. Keep our hornets and wasps at long range. Locust can go into mid-range, get that morale bonus from having 3 active flotillas, and do as much damage as possible. Alright, so let's fight this guy. He's just going to run away, obviously. I'm not sure if you get experience for making things run away, or only if you kill them. We can see it right here. Yep, so he runs away, no experience gained. Kind of annoying considering how easy it is to run away. Ooh, a signal curiosity that he had not found. And it got me all of the curiosities explored on this place. Virtual artifacts. Interesting. And a guardian and... Huh. Was it just me or did anyone else not see those? I definitely didn't. But okay, that's cool, I guess. We have another quest here, and we just need 5 adamantium to do it. So I might just buy it. But yeah, I wonder what those virtual artifacts, I don't think I've ever seen those before. I wonder what they do. Oh, plus 100% manpower on the system. It's like an even worse version of Dark Shitter. Great. Really good if you're making a relatively passive tall civilization, but bordering on useless for me. Okay, so we're going to need to colonize this as soon as possible. And we're going to want some more food. And yeah, just more food, more FIDs in general. Alright, so we got this. Check to see if there's any high priority curiosities. If not, always look for the ones that won't help your opponents. And since we're Cravers, they're all our opponents. Okay. Moving on. Get these guys moving up to the front. Short range, so we want barrage fire since our guy can't do short range. So we basically have to kill them before they get to me. And we did successfully. Awesome. Now what I'm thinking is, so the Cravers War, it's not like 1-1. I mean, something could still happen, something unexpected, but I'm pretty strong, and I'm almost sure I'm going to win this war eventually. And so I'm going to start diverting my next wave of units over to Lisul, so that I'm ready to just jump this gap and start a war with the Horatio. Okay. Unless anything needs my assistance. Nope. So I would call this, since I'm naming the videos kind of cutely each episode, I would call this video the end of the beginning. We've successfully, or almost successfully, secured our position in the solar system, in our constellation, and are getting ready to start branching out. Yeah, so it looks like Iaz is their major powerhouse. But yeah, they can't compete with me, regardless of how many ships they produce in one turn. My guys are just too strong. Okay. Ooh. So we finally have discovered those. This is a little bit scary. I'm probably going to lose maybe a couple locusts, especially if he's distributing, yep, to Flotilla 1. But let's see how it works. We have reinforcements on the way anyways. Minor defeat. Oh no. Interesting. So let's see how that worked out. Alright, so in phase 1, our guys did 0 damage. Why did these guys do 0 damage in phase 1? I don't know. That's really strange. These ships just decided that they didn't want to shoot. What? I am confused. One big problem with having missiles is that since these guys are going all pure kinetics, looks like most of my missiles are being destroyed before they're ever being used, which is really problematic. So that means it's just my kinetic guns versus their kinetic guns, and since they're focusing on those 100%, I'm actually at a disadvantage. So that's probably what's happening and what caused that loss. And he's going to follow that up with an immediate attack. Alright, so we're going to turtle this time. But that's going to make these hornets pretty useless. But I think it's just what we have to do. We're also going to reallocate some of these guys into Flotilla 2 because we want to distribute some of the damage as much as possible. Okay, so hopefully we'll actually win this. Ugh, oof, 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 oof. Well, the computer has successfully made me eat my words. This is not quite done, it looks like. Maybe going and getting Iaz would have been the better choice. Yep, so he wiped that fleet, and he has some guys left over. Yeah, it's a full health butcher, injured butcher, and a couple scavengers. Not the best. I'm still losing people here, but why? Alright, whatever. Alright, so we're going to do a feeding pits. Eat a person, get some bonus food, get some bonus happiness. Try and stabilize that place a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think making the missile call was probably a stupid idea because I knew that they were doing full kinetics, and kinetics just hard counter missiles. So what I probably should have done is stuck with just, since my guns were better than his, I should have just gone straight head-to-head with guns and not worried about trying to be sneaky, put in and using some missiles. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to switch over away from missiles, and just do guns. Here they are. So we're just going to do guns. We're going to get rid of this. Actually, this would be kind of nice if they decide to close into, like, do a turtle action and I do a turtle action. Just having one of these is going to rip them to shreds. Like, look at this. So this thing does 119, which is equivalent to almost all three of these. So having three of these and one of these is pretty good. Additionally, no, I want to keep my plating, get that bonus health, get those multipliers. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do with those. Also, we unlocked all of these extra slots, so let's see what we can do with these guys. They have a maximum of 2 weapon slots, because this is a free slot here. We can give them some extra speed, and obviously we need a ship there. They're going to want some defense and some defense. Let's give them some weapons there. Yeah, these guys just aren't that tanky. But I think we're going to want the double speed, because speed is really, really important. So double speed, probably some extra defense, because these support classes have an increased chance of being targeted by enemy ships. And then maybe like some of these science, because this applies to the whole fleet. Some of these utility things. I think I'll go with science, since we're fighting this pretty intense war. Alright, and I kind of like Marauder. It's not bug themed, but I might think of something else soon. Actually, no. gonna stick with the blood bug theme. I'm gonna call them drones. Drone class. Alright, and worker class, pretty fitting. Alright, so we're gonna recreate those real quick. So we're gonna need a shield and 2 armor. Yep, 2 armor plating. Get our decent attack module and our science module. Okay, so we got those. I'm going to build one here because this is going to be our muster point. Grab the drone, build it up. We really need to rush these now. Unfortunately, this guy's like already there, so he's going to run into these, and it might be kind of a tough fight. So we're not done with these guys yet. So we are going to have to do these. Oh, I forgot to modify the wasps in the same way. Getting rid of those and opting for pure kinetics. And I think I'm producing enough Hyperion that I don't think I'm going to need the Hornets anytime soon. But just in case, I can modify them when I need to. Okay, so with that, I'm going to wrap up this episode, and thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in episode 6. Alright, have a good one.